Do you think that there is enough attention for women's athletics, professional athletes?
Well, I don't know. What do you mean by that?
Well, do you think that women athletes, female athletes, get enough exposure as the athletes do? Like whatever would be marketing or
I think it
mm,
depends on the sport.
okay, all right. Well, in general,
No, because I think men have been in sports longer than women.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree. I don't think women get as much exposure
There's plenty of
as
exposure when there's a trans woman in the league. They get all kinds of exposure then.
yeah. Well, that's what I was going to get at. Um, do you know who Laurel Hubbard is? You know who Laurel Hubbard is, I'm
Yeah,
sure, right?
I
Yeah.
do. I've been watching a little bit there. Yeah,
Yeah, and she's the New Zealand transgender Olympic weightlifter, and she's on the
yeah,
women's team.
yeah.
So my next
She used
question,
to she used to compete when she was a man, though,
yes,
in the
yeah, yeah,
sport.
yeah, yeah. My next question is, can either one of us name another girl on that team?
No,
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. So my thing is,
but I also think
yeah,
any publicity is good publicity to a degree.
that is true. That is true.
If you can live with it. I mean, poor Hubbard's been taking it in the pants for a long time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And if I'm being honest, I don't even think she's that good.
Well, yeah, no, I don't know the numbers, but I do know that she
I mean,
is,
compared to the younger girls, it's like
yeah,
me. I'm not as good as like the 20 something Swedes. I mean,
yeah, that's just inevitable. But my point, my thing is, I don't think women get enough exposure. And then when there is a trans woman on a team, all the
they
exposure,
take all the limelight, don't they?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what's
tough. I know what you mean.
yeah, that seems to be where it goes. So that's one aspect of, for lack of a better term, not being fair, right? Well,
Life isn't fair, my man. You
yeah,
got to learn how to deal with it.
that's a
You have to
fucking
make it as fair as you can, but there's no such thing as fair. Because if there was a fair, nobody, like if in racing cars, right? If it was all, everything was fair, everybody would finish at the same time, wouldn't they?
no, you're right, and I agree, and that's why the best that we could do in sports like arm wrestling or fighting or weightlifting is the best we could do is uh, weight classes, right? Because not
In
it,
age classes too.
right,
That I've noticed that makes a big difference
yeah,
too.
okay, age classes and weight class, the best. That's the best that we could do.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, when there's a trans woman on a team, she usually takes the limelight away from the girls. Now,
Well,
like you said, good.
what I don't agree with the
Mm-hmm.
trans people on the leagues is if I think they should have to have surgery, and I think they should have to wait a couple of years before they're allowed to be on the team to make it as fair to the other girls,
Yeah,
because they do
that
have an advantage to a degree.
sure, 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 sure.